Hey guys, it's Kylie. So, most of you know that my YouTube channel is primarily a reborn channel, but it is also an autism awareness channel. And so, this is my first video talking about autism. It doesn't have to do with reborns, but I just wanted to talk about something for a minute. And that is the fact that when people get diagnosed later in life, they go through this grief cycle that basically just tells them, why did I waste so much time masking? And unless you're autistic, you have no idea what that feels like. And it's very hard when the neurotypical people around you are like, oh, you're the same person you've always been, or hey, why can't you be a mix of both? Or hey, you're just being too negative and you're not being positive. That's the struggle I have. Is like, we don't validate each other's experiences because people will sit and say, oh, autism isn't the reason for everything. Everybody has these traits and everything else. And it feels like they're saying that because they have been led to learn to gaslight people so that they can feel better about themselves, because labels apparently make somebody a bad doctor if they toss them around. And that pisses me off because of the fact that, to me, those labels are what help a person go through life. They're what help a person, be free to express themselves and know what's going on with them. And what I hate that nobody talks about is the grief cycle. You want to hit everything, you want to scream, you're melting down for the first fucking time in your life. And it's really hard because you're melting down and people think that you're just throwing a tantrum or they've never seen this behavior before, and they're like, okay, what the hell? It took an entire year before my family was like, okay, you have autism. And I'm not bashing my family, they're wonderful people. They have been there for me when I really needed them. It really sucks to go through this grief cycle because I myself feel like I find myself going through the grief cycle of being very angry that I didn't know I was autistic while I was in school, because I thought maybe I could get more help, or maybe I could, learn better coping skills. Truthfully, I think if I would have just been diagnosed with autism when I was younger, people would not sit and expect the masked version of Kylie. And that's as a whole. And I think sometimes, my family has trouble coming to terms with it. Honestly, I don't blame my mom. I don't blame my uncle. I don't blame my stepdad. It's frustrating because it's when we try to point out our experiences as one of a kind, people jump in about how everybody has anxiety, everybody has depression. Yes, everybody can get anxiety and everybody can get depression, but not everybody has autism. That's the reason why it's called autism spectrum disorder. Somebody would not get diagnosed with it unless they had it. Make it make sense. Please. Because there is nothing like feeling like you're insane because you think you're autistic and everybody's like, well, everybody has a little bit of those traits. It's like, okay, well, clearly the moment you say that and then you get upset because I have traits that aren't like everybody. Just a thought. If anybody else is going through this, please leave a comment down below.